I'm Thomas Vickers, and this is my field experience project. So, there we go. So, I was at Stand Up Elmore High School. Stand Up Elmore is located in Millbrook, Alabama. So, I got this map right here. So, you go up 85, and you take a right off this exit, and you follow this road all the way down, and you take a left, and you run slap through the middle of Millbrook, Alabama, where Stand Up's at. You come Then you turn down this road, and Stand Up Elmore's right here on your right. Stanhope has 1,136 students enrolled, and they have a 20 to 2 student teacher ratio, so 1 in 10, just to make it simpler, or 10 to 1, sorry. School rank, it's ranked 98th out of 366 schools in the state of Alabama. County rank, it's ranked 24th in the 130 counties in Alabama. So they're kind of a middle of the pack to middle upper pack for school systems. So I mean, they're not a bad school. They're not a bad county. And for race in the school, about 52% are white, 41.8% are African American, 3.3% are Hispanic, and 2.1% of the school is Asian. And these right here in parentheses are my just kind of my insight citations. All my citations are in my works cited page at the very end of the slideshow. Continuing with school demographics, extracurriculars. So they have 15 sports. These sports range from the more common football, baseball, basketball, to kind of more of the least common ones, like they have a bass team. I'm pretty sure they have a bowling team, stuff like that. So it's a mix between just a bunch of different. You can do a bunch of different things depending on who you are and what you like to do. Clubs and organizations, they have 28. So this ranges anywhere between band to the debate team to FFA to FBLA, honor society, anything like that. It's again, there's something for everybody at this school, which is something I really enjoyed being around. Community demographics. Um, they have in the town of Millbrook, they have 15,693 people. The median family income is $85,592. They have an 11% poverty rate. Average rental cost a month is $859 per month, and the average house cost is about $150,330. In my time in the town of Millbrook and at Stanhope, I saw a range of people. These people were anywhere between business owners to the mill workers to carpenters. There's a bunch of different people with a bunch of different backgrounds. This wasn't. I consider this a very blue collar town. That's what I liked about it. A lot of people they worked hard and their kids worked hard, and that's what I really liked about it. Again, continue with the community demographics. So in the town of Millbrook, about 69% are white, about 27% are African American, 2.05% were mixed between two different races, 1.38% were other races, 0.41% were Asian, and 0.25% were Native American. Again, big race of people, big melting pot. That's something that was kind of nice to be around because it was like how I grew up. There was a bunch of different people, a bunch of different backgrounds. These two pictures right here. So I have the sports complex and the public library. I have these two here because, I just want to show again the variety that this town offers. Um, you know, this different. If you're an athlete, if you're more into academic side of stuff, there's something for everybody, and that's again something I really liked to see out of a town and out of a community. Community representation. Again, they had fantastic representation. Again, tons of people from tons of different backgrounds. Tons of different stories of people. Not everybody. You saw guys whose parents brought home six figures to parents that were working paycheck to paycheck. It was all colors of the rainbow, and that's something that I really enjoyed seeing. It wasn't just something new every day whenever I went. It wasn't routine. So that's what I really liked about it. This is their mayor. If I'm not mistaken, this will be his sixth consecutive year as mayor. Um, I really, as far as I know, he is held in very high regard from what I've been told. He's done a lot of good stuff for the city of Millbrook. Um, Mini Macy Park, I drove by this every day going to Stanhope. This is I mean, it's nothing special. It's a nice park. It's got a trail. It's got a playground in it. It's just a nice, quaint little park. And then this is a picture from their golf course. This is a really nice, upkept golf course. You got those three guys right there. So I just wanted to put that picture in and just show, it's a nice town. They've got a lot of amenities that you can go to, and I just really enjoyed being around it. Um, Blue collar, like I said, I mean, nose to the grindstone type of town. I really enjoyed being around those kids. Different store workers. What I mean by that is when I drove down Main Street every day, I saw tons of businesses, restaurants, dollar stores, gas stations, mom and pop businesses, laundromats, just stuff where people were just trying to make it by and provide for them and their families. And so those different, everybody, different race, creed, religion, there wasn't the same type of people working. Everybody was working. Everybody was just trying to get by. The mixed residential areas, again, just driving through town, you saw big houses, small houses, houses that were on a lot of land, and houses that were, 3 feet from each other. You saw just a bunch of different stuff. My teacher interview, I think my screen has cut it out a tad bit. I don't know if I can fix that or not. Okay, I can. Sweet. Um, my teacher interview was Miss Bergstresser. Miss Bergstresser was a former police officer in Montgomery County. So she was really nice to have, and I learned a lot from her. This is the teacher I also shadowed. I asked her, why did she become a teacher? Again, she was a former police officer, and she worked with juvenile. She worked in the juvenile field a lot. So she was always around teenagers. And she said, working in Montgomery County, she saw a lot of bad teachers. She saw a lot of teachers that, maybe didn't care as much about their job as they should have. Maybe they weren't helping students as well as they should have. You know, maybe they were just giving them C's to pass, uh, stuff like that. Maybe they just were neglecting kids. She said that the best way that we can fix that is to just teach and teach better. Um, Way we can do that is, having more passion with kids. And she said that's why she became a teacher after she got done being a police officer, because she wanted to make a difference from at the educational level, because students are the future of this generation, and she wanted to work with teenagers because she's always worked with teenagers. What do you enjoy most about what you teach? She said that she's considers herself a patriot, and she believes that teaching how America was formed, how the government was put in place, how that affects everybody is just kind of just maybe instilling a sense of pride for their country can help these students, and just showing, how America became the melting pot it is today would help these kids. I forgot to mention she's the government side of the government econ course. So it was nice being around her and teaching these kids how the government works and how America runs itself. That was the most challenging thing about what she teach. She says the mastery of the material. When she means by that, she's talking about the time. She says, she has a pacing guide that she has to follow. She has a curriculum she has to follow. And the amount of time it takes to master that curriculum, so you can teach these students efficiently, takes time, and sometimes time is not what she has. So she said that's the hardest part, is mastering the material and the time that you're given, even if you don't think you have enough time. Is my computer froze? Nope. A staff interview. I interviewed a Stanhope Elmore resource officer. He was kind of reluctant to give this interview, so he didn't give his name, and I could not find his name or picture on the faculty website at Stanhope Elmore. Um, I asked him what his job title was, and so he's a police officer in Millbrook or in Elmore County, and he's contracted out from the police department to different schools while school's in session. Um, I asked him what he likes about his job here. He says that creating a positive interaction with law enforcement with the younger generation. And that question kind of leads into question 3, which was, what was the most challenging part of your job? And he said dealing with the negative view of the society of how they view police officers was the most challenging. You know, he at this point when he works at Stanhope, he wants to show police officers in a positive light. The media a lot of the time shows police officers in a very negative form. Making arrests. Sometimes police brutality, which is never okay. So people don't like police officers as much as they used to. He said, and he believes that the way that we fix that is, showing these teenagers and showing these high school kids that, police officers aren't evil. And the way that we can fix society is by, you know, putting police officers back in that positive light. All right, well, that's it. I appreciate your time.